It
There
says
we
we
go.
are live.
Okay, I'm about to say I didn't see live yet.
Yeah, folks, just so that you know the difference between the bold wonderful one, John Rice Lawson, in his usual look. He says he didn't have his beauty lights on like anybody at all is going to have any difference of opinion on.
Are you being funny?
No, I'm just being
Are you trying to be funny?
Brent Leary. That's and who are you?
Oh, hold on a second, please. Okay,
Please,
please hold on, guys. Hold
please.
on.
He's
Dang.
working. Genius at work.
Yes, because I don't look like myself.
Oh, please. You look
What?
anyway. You look like yourself to me.
Not really. It's connecting.
He's
Here it
got to
goes.
put
Here it
got
goes.
to put
Here it
his.
goes. Here it goes. Look.
Oh no, not a filter. Oh God, it was okay.
There we go.
Yeah, there's such a big difference there, folks.
I'm the bold one, the cold one, John Colder Ice Lawson.
Yes, and I must apologize, folks, right off the
For being
bat.
late.
No, no, that's not my reason for apologizing. My reason for apologizing is I was doing some cleaning and looking at all the stuff I had. I have a lot of Rams hats and stuff, and it just struck me that I had fallen into this really massive rut of just wearing the same two or three Rams hats and doing these shows. And I just want to apologize because that
Who are you
should not have ever
apologizing?
happened.
Wait, who are you apologizing?
That should never have happened. And as you can
Who are
see,
you apologizing
I
to?
it is my goal, it is my mission to make sure that I
Who are
switch
you
up my hat
apologizing
more.
to?
I have so many Rams hats, and I want to make
Somebody
sure
would have to
that I
care.
present to you
Nobody
the
cares.
many different styles of Rams hats I have
They
during these
don't
shows.
care.
So I am pledging right here and now that I will switch up the Ram gear, the Rams hats, and the shirts too, on a much more consistent basis because you guys deserve the best.
Well, I got on my Beyonce shirt, so I'll show.
As I
I'll,
said,
I'll I'll do those too.
you deserve the best. And so here we are. See, this is a really unique one too. This is a different Rams. And I'm
Ooh,
going to be breaking them out, folks.
yeah, that says
I'm
Rams on it.
breaking them out. Let's see. And we are breaking out look who is the first one in the house.
What's up?
Cousin Gar is here. Cousin
What's
Gar,
up,
what's good?
Cuzzo?
Give us something good. What should we talk about?
Because Brent hasn't done his show prep.
Do I ever? I mean,
No, that's
this
the
is
problem.
this is a real-time show here.
It's the real time show.
I just wait till something irritates me.
All
And then
right,
I'm ready to go.
we're going to talk about politics today.
Oh God, no.
I really have to talk about politics.
Oh.
I just want to see what people's vibe is because it's confusing me.
What's confusing?
I just don't get what's going on right now.
Before we do that,
Yeah, before we do that,
I
Let's
want
see
to
what
I want to talk about.
comments. What do you? Oh, you got some show prep.
It's not really a show prep. Let me just
Okay.
share my screen here.
Oh, he's got screen share stuff. Yay!
Yeah, I got if this little application will actually work. It keeps trying to connect. All right, let's see if this will. Let me see if you'll be able to see if I do this and make my screen big. Oh, and I'm in the way.
Yeah, you are in the way.
Let me try this view. All right.
Why am I not in here?
You'll get in eventually.
I mean, it should be both of us.
You'll get in. By the way, say hi to
Yakub.
Yakub. Well,
what's up, Yakub?
I'm not saying hi to him because he ain't saying hi to me. All right.
I mean,
Just saying.
He said, "What's up?"
That's to you.
He said, "Hey, John." Then what's up?
So I don't get no name.
No, you're Mr. No Name.
Anyway.
Hey, I don't get a view.
That's all right. So I'll bring you back after I set the stage here. Morehouse in this Axios article, Morehouse is saying it's going to use AI teaching assistants this fall. So you get to see Let's see. Let's see if I could. First of all, uh, how do I say this? That avatar is a little jacked up. I'm just saying.
That is a horrible avatar. That whole picture. What is that?
This
What
this
is
is this is what's
that?
going to replace actual teachers. This look. All right, let me read a little bit
Yeah, please.
because the picture just got my attention. Uh, Morehouse College is planning to use AI teaching assistants to help crack the code of education. What the hell does
Uh-huh.
that mean?
Let's
First of all,
crack the code.
I don't know what the hell that means.
Crack the code.
Why does it matter? Morehouse professor, I hope I say this right, Musina Morris, says every professor will have an AI assistant in 3 to 5 years. I can see that.
Yeah,
Definitely see that.
absolutely.
I hope it ain't looking like that thing, but Morris says the technology has taken off in the last 24 months faster than it has in the last 24 years.
Okay.
Obviously, that makes total sense. Meanwhile, baby boomers are leaving the workforce amid national teacher shortages and burnout. So there are going to be fewer professors. I'm guessing that's what she's saying. And this is where these teaching assistants will fill the void. All right, how it works. Morehouse professors will collaborate with technology partner Victory XR, never heard of them, to create virtual 3D spatial avatars. I hope they work on that because, anyway, the avatars use OpenAI to have two-way oral conversations with students. The avatars use professor created content and 3D models for lessons, such as molecules for chemistry lessons to help students. Avatars can also respond to unrelated topics raised by students and redirect the students back to the lesson. All right, I'm going to bring you back in. Well, once we get another,
You should just
I don't know
let's get a full view of that.
let's see. Can I?
Can you do a full screen of that? Oh, that's close enough. What the hell? What Pac-Man ass graphics is that? Oh
Well,
my god!
I will say that the avatar apparently does a lot of squats and leg exercises.
Uh,
'Cause
uh,
I ain't never seen a professor quite built like that.
I
But
don't know. She got a BBL right there.
all right, let me bring you back in
Oh,
here. Because I mean, I will admit I was thrown off by the avatar because,
the
like I said,
BBL. You was
I
looking at
don't.
the BBL.
How could you not? And if you're in class and I mean, but anyway, would you want to send your children
I,
off to school paying $40,000 a year for that?
I don't think that was that was sensationalized. You know, it was over
But
sensationalized.
but I'm saying it's kind of dispersed in the article, and there's a YouTube video of the professor talking about this in her actual self. She looks nothing like that.
You know,
I'm just saying, but she approved it apparently. I mean, come on.
I mean, what was being said, I think is fine.
I think what was being said
I
makes
think the
sense.
headline was weird.
And I also think it leads you to believe like this is the beginning of the phase out of the humans to teach us.
No, it's a teaching assistant.
That's what it says. But all right, let me ask you this. And this is not meant specifically to talk about Morehouse or any school, really. It's kind of a sign of the times kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I always have to find a way to work Prince into things, but just thought I'd do that. Anyway, so if you're paying your kids tuition 40 or 50,000 bucks a year, thereabouts, are you happy that they may be getting more and more learning from an avatar, an
Well,
AI?
I don't. It wasn't the avatar. I want the AI. Who cares about
I
the
still
avatar?
want the human. I want
That
humans.
I well, I that's. I mean, you can say that, but you won't be saying that for much longer. So I ain't worried. That's you speaking out of ignorance.
I want the human.
Okay, that's fine. You can be.
Look. Oh, wait a minute. Let me ask this. And by the way,
Here's what I will say though.
all right.
What I will say is this is also the beginning of not having to pay $40,000 a year.
Well, that's what but see, this is the slippery slope this goes down. Because that's what if I was the father of a college age student and getting ready to go to school, and yeah, it's like, oh, this new tech is great. Oh, you get some virtual assistants. Wait, does that mean that since you're only going to see us like 20% of the time, and the assistants are going to fill in the gaps, does that mean that you're going to cut down the tuition 20%?
Ultimately, yes, that is what it's going to be.
That's not what's going to happen
That
originally.
is what's going to happen.
What's going to happen is they're going to see, and once again, I'm not saying this for any one school. I'm just saying the more that they bring, look, why are companies leveraging or what's one of the reasons why companies are looking to AI and automation to do things in the enterprise? It's partially, not fully, partially to reduce costs and reduce headcount, partially.
No,
Or maybe you don't need as many people because this is coming in.
well, let's be clear though that the work the AI does is actually equivalent or better. So it's not like they're implementing AI just to reduce costs.
I didn't say just to,
Well, I'm
but
just
that's a
saying.
partial.
But I mean that. But let's. I mean the ethos and in the air. I don't want it to be
like the
people thinking that oh, they're just doing that to save money. No, it's actually better when you have a personal tutor versus having a teacher. A personal tutor usually gets better results out of the student than the student sitting in a general classroom session. Everybody having a personalized tutor is going to make education better because it can formulate the education around the needs of the student. One of the problems I had in school is I had to be in school with people that were dumb.
I was going to say smarter than you.
And smarter and dumber, right? So I'm sure there's some people that were smarter than me that when I would have to slow the teacher down to answer certain questions, they're sitting there going like, can we just get to the formula?
Yeah, that was me. That was me. Yeah.
Yeah, you were the guy that
totally
I was like, can we just get to the formula? But you understand, people learn at different levels. Some people are, verbal. Some people are image learners. There's all kinds of, people like stories there's so many different angles to teaching that a single teacher really is not the most. And I'm not saying that they're bad. They're great. We love them. There is always going to be a human in the loop in education, but I don't believe that saying we're going to have teaching assistants for our students is a bad thing.
No, I'm not saying the teacher assistant is a bad thing. I'm saying, as usual, what happens is the technology comes in and people try to make the technology the focal point as opposed to the human.
That's what I think was wrong with the story.
And that's why, but I think that's the story because that's usually what happens. The technology on its own could be great. It's what we do with the technology that can make it greater or more maniacal. And traditionally, we tend to overstep our bounds with the technology, and it usually means something bad happens, which usually then means an overcorrection, which is, that's just
but I mean, okay, but look where we are today in terms of technology. We're fine, and we're going to be fine.
Well, hold that thought. Let's say hello to a whole bunch of folks. First of all, Amber is like gushing all over you for some reason. I don't exactly know why, but hey Amber,
thank you so much. Thank you.
True adventurer.
That's right. We went on an adventure last night.
Dude, National Geographic?
Yeah, pretty much.
True adventurer.
Pretty much. It was definitely an adventure. It was an adventure story.
It's an adventure story. Well, you all have your adventures.
We had AI adventure stories yesterday.
Oh, AI all right. We've got to move on because
why?
We'll explore that at some other point. All right. I'm just catching up, so I don't know what faster and better means.
Talk about faster and better teaching. She
strongly agrees with me, apparently.
Yeah.
No. She's slower. Now she's referring back to you.
She's talking about you being slow.
Hey, Gail Gardner.
Hey, Gail.
Good to, well, I was going to say see you, but good to have you here. Yes, we still need humans too, damn it.
Yes.
I'm here for the humans.
Yes, I don't think it's a race to either or. It's the we're turning into the $6 million man, people.
No, we're not.
Well, not really,
We're
but
going.
it's really the $6 billion man.
Maybe there are one or two that is
So I'm
absolutely
talking about as far as
the
the
masses and the
brain,
multitudes.
the
Nope,
brain.
nope.
Yeah.
Amber, I agree with that. Our children must be aware of all the tools and all the options. Absolutely, totally like that. Gail says, imagine being a student who could never
Here's what.
ask an actual human their questions. Ideally, a human with real experience. Absolutely. This is where
Well, here's the thing. If I took all human experience and put it in the computer and then asked the computer, what's the difference?
the way it comes out,
Really?
the way it's look, there's things that are in human communication that come across as opposed to typing a word, a sentence of text. So you type a sentence of text, you don't have inflection, you don't have emotion, you don't know exactly, you don't have the backstory, you just see the what's on that particular sentence of text. There's a lot of things that you miss out on just by typing in a letter, sentence, or even a text, and somebody on the other end gets it. They have no clue where it came from, what state of emotion you were in, how you were feeling, why you were sending it. They just look at that one sentence of text, and then they have to come up with a whole bunch of stuff to try to figure out what is the meaning behind the text. In a lot of cases, they get it completely wrong. So that's why I'm with Gail. You need the human element involved in all of this stuff.
Well, I mean, if you look up the term human in the loop, I mean, that's a very consistent uh, computer terminology that's been around forever. Yes, there needs to be humans in the loop. I don't think I always need to have a human answering my questions because humans get shit wrong.
There are certain cases, you're right. Like all you need is a rote answer. You don't need anything behind the answer. You just need the answer, just a fact. Like one, what is 1 + 1? 2. Great. Good. Don't need anything. I don't know. I don't need the meaning behind it. I don't need the emotion. I just need the answer to 1 + 1. Perfectly makes sense for that use case. But there are millions of use cases that go way beyond that. And I think that's what we're talking about and dealing with. And that's why human in loop sounds great. But if it's the human kind of organizing and managing the loop versus the loop
No,
managing the human,
no,
that's where we're going.
that's not where we need the human.
If we aren't careful,
That's not where we need the
the
human.
human in the loop or the assistant becomes the human,
Yeah,
not
the
the
human needs
technology.
to be the assistant.
See, that's where I don't
Okay,
know.
I
I
don't
don't
care. I
like
don't
that.
care. I don't care.
I know that's okay.
You could not like it. You
You
could
want
not.
the assistant to rule the world. That's fine.
I'm
I don't
just
want a
not.
world
That's
where
not
the
what I'm
assistant
saying.
is
I'm
in
not
charge.
saying the assistant
I
rules
am
the
the
world.
human.
I'm
I
saying
want the
that
final say.
we're into a world of generative AI. So what happens is that the computer will generate its scenario, and the human that's in the loop will tell it whether or not this is good, bad, or needs to be changed. That's where
That's the
let me
human. That's
finish, please,
but
please,
I was just saying that's where
please.
the human in the loop is the human making the final call. I'm all
Okay,
for that.
but you wouldn't say that at first. You said you want the human to be the instigating of the
Why?
whole thing, and then let the computer come back and check the human.
No.
I'm saying it's the other way around.
No. I was saying I want
Okay,
the
well
human
then
to
we
be
can be
in.
in agreement on that
I
one.
want the human to be in charge all the time. I want the human
Eh,
making the final call.
I don't.
Get the assistant
Sometimes
can
it
put.
look. The human makes the final call until we don't need the human to make that
See,
call
that's why I
anymore.
don't want to go ever that far. I don't want to
Yeah,
go
that's
that
just where
far.
we're going to go. That's where.
I'm
How,
okay with the
let me ask you a
calculator
question.
approach.
Let me ask you a question,
Sure.
Brent. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Serious question.
Sure.
All right. This I really want you to think about this.
I'm putting my thinking cap on.
Okay.
Oh, I already have it on. Sorry.
How many times have you watched a football game and it end with the wrong team winning because of a human making a bad call?
Oh, a lot of times.
Okay, so that's my problem with what we're saying about humans always
Oh, but I've
in
also
control.
seen where the computer makes errors too.
Okay.
So I mean, I
Okay.
don't.
So the reality is humans are not necessarily by definition better at making the call than the computer.
I like the human element.
You just like it.
I know I like the human element in pretty much everything. Like
Mhm.
I've seen bad calls and they make you crazy,
Yes,
but
because
it gives us
humans
something to
make
get
bad calls.
crazy about because
All right. Well,
that
yeah,
lets us have our human moment,
yeah.
like and
Okay.
go crazy and go off and like, oh my god, I can't believe this happened.
Oh my
If a
God.
computer did that, nobody want. I would much rather have the human error than the computer error. That's just me.
Okay, I'll give you that.
But I will say, let's use the
But
calculator.
human plus computer will help reduce the amount of error.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with that,
Okay.
but there's like what percentage of which and what's making the final call. That's the difference
Yeah,
between,
that's
I
still
guess,
be to be determined.
what you're talking about, what I'm talking about, because like I said, going back to the like a calculator.
Here's the thing, too.
Just let me
Yeah, go
finish
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
calculator
Go
thing
ahead. Yeah, calculate.
because I don't try to do in my head what's 55,925
You can't.
times 2,500 and I let the computer do it because that's what it's good for. There's no emotional component behind it. There's no, why is he asking that? There's no where's this coming from? You don't need it. You just need the answer. I'm good with that. The computer's handling that kind of stuff. But when there's things that call for an emotional component, a human element, and there are tons of those that I'm a little
Just give me an
I'm a
example of
little
something.
fearful.
Let me ask you a question. Give me an example of a fearful.
I'll give you an example of when
Yeah, just give
somebody
me
left it up to ChatGPT to do their job. The lawyer, remember that instance where the lawyer said,
Oh,
"Oh, I'm
yeah,
just."
but I mean,
Uh,
come on.
well, wait a
He
minute.
was an
I'm just saying he
idiot.
left it up to to ChatGPT, and it ended up getting him probably fired. I guess.
Well, here's the thing. Here's really if I were to be concerned, right? And I do have concerns. My concern is that the computer is so good at making humans think that the content that it generates is humanly sound, that it fools people. That's really my
That's what
concern.
those
So my
hallucinations
concern
are.
is really not about the things you're saying about, well, it doesn't have emotions and it doesn't have a background. I'm telling you, it fakes that so damn well that many people speaking to it think they're speaking to a human. And that's not the issue anymore.
If it's like these basic one or two interaction exchanges, like can you book my flight, and then the flight gets booked.
No, that's what I'm saying. You can have a full conversation. There's people
Nah, I'm not gonna
dating.
have no full
I'm
conversation with
telling
someone
you, there
not
are
know.
AI girlfriends right now.
That's because folks are going into those with some
I
kind of
get it, but
wishful thinking behind
all
that
I'm
stuff.
saying is that the conversation is every bit as interactive as it is with a actual human.
Hey,
So
all right,
if we're
Amber. Let's ask Amber. AI bots are doing high tech surgery. First of all, I don't know so can you expand on that? And would you want a bot to do high tech surgery on you right now? Not me. I'd rather get the best specialist there is. I don't want a bot right now. I don't know
yeah,
about you. I ain't
whatever.
down with the bots doing
So
high tech surgery on
here's
me.
the thing I will say is that the wall between what AI can do and what it can't is a jagged edge. So some things AI is really not good at.
Right.
Other things you think that it wouldn't be good at, it's great at.
Like what?
So
Give me one of those examples.
of a
Something
storytelling,
that you don't think, is it really great at story? I
it's
mean,
great at storytelling. It's great at writing great content. It's
it
great
feels
at
to me like
creating.
it feels like to me though, the more it does it, the less great it is. You can start to spot it. It's like
Now
this doesn't sound right.
you can only spot it, and the reason why you can spot it is because people are using the defaults. So yes, if it's defaulted, you're going to get default responses. You know, but
You know what?
honestly, it does some great things.
I use it for summarization and stuff, and I'm telling you, after a while, it's like, oh yeah, you can tell
Yeah,
this
that's
stuff
true.
is
That's true. I mean, look, yeah, I think that's paralyzed people walking, uh, uh,
That's not
AI,
like surgery though. I thought you were
but
talking
that's
about surgery.
AI though.
That's fine, but that ain't surgery. That's like not going in and doing open heart surgery or anything
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
all right, yeah.
That's what I'm
Well,
talking about.
I don't, okay.
Wait a minute, Doctor. First of all, I don't recall Doctor Will
Hey, Doctor
Mullen being
Will,
here.
what's up?
Is he a first timer? I think he's a
I
first
think he
timer.
might, he might be a multiple listener first time.
He's like a lurker.
No,
He went from lurking to joining us. For whatever the case, thank you for joining us. You must know John Lawson. Maybe you're one of his folks that you coach or something. I don't
we
know.
met at TSP
Oh, so he's down
last
with
year.
TSP.
Oh, you know me.
Anyway, I have combos with Profitina.
So Profitina must be an AI bot
Oh,
on
I thought that
Profit.
was like somebody trying to play Tina Turner or something. I don't know. The hell is? I've never heard of Profitina. Have you heard of
I haven't
Profitina?
heard of it, but I can see the word profit.
Well, okay, I can see
So
the word Tina, so I
yeah,
don't
right.
know.
You saw Tina, I saw profit.
Hey, Doctor Will, let us know what Profitina is. That sounds interesting. Since you use it every day, I mean,
Or either we could do that, or we can also Google it.
why can't we use the help human element and
Right.
invite our
See, there
audience
you go.
to
See,
participate in what we're
there
talking
you
about?
go.
There.
See, that's me. That's the difference.
They use it to make delicate and accurate laser incisions. I
Ah,
don't look. I don't. Yeah, I don't know
wow.
about that one either. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not ready for a device doing stuff like that.
Okay, well, that's okay. We
I,
ain't worried about you because by the time it's
we are
doing all
worried.
those
I'm
things,
worried.
you'll be dust.
I'm always worried. What the hell are you talking about? Jesus. Dr. Will says,
Me and you both.
okay, Doc.
Oh, okay.
So you named your chat GPT prophet. Really? What does that say about Dr. Will? I don't know him at all, except for his bot's name is Profitina.
Profitina.
So
It's
let me guess,
profit.
he's in the financial
Uh,
business, or that's interesting.
you know what? This is what I call a meta moment.
It is. Well, all right,
Yeah,
explain it. What's so meta about it?
yeah,
Tell me.
because it's the meta of all things, bro. We're right here in the middle of a thing that is proving why humans in the loop are not always the best because we're just listening to Brent talk. So there you go.
Get out of here with that. Shit. I'm like the most human thing you'll see this weekend.
And that's the problem.
That is not the problem.
Oh my
That is the
gosh. Let me get
solution.
back to my chat GPT.
Ugh. What's yours called?
I do not name my chat GPT because I don't want it to be mad at me for using wrong pronouns.
Amber, do you have a name, a special name for your chat GPT? Gail, if you're out there, let us do you guys, when you're using your AI, do you humanize it like that? Do you like call it cute names and such? I mean, I'm very curious about that.
I mean, we do it to our pets. We do it to, you know, our flowers. We do it to a lot of different things. We talk to things as if they're human, and that gives us, as humans, a better relationship with things if we think that they kind of have some understanding that's similar to ours.
Uh, I don't do that, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's just the way. I mean,
Like,
that's
did you
that's.
name your car? Did your car have a name or
I've
anything?
had a car with a name before.
You name your phone?
No, no, I don't name things. I'm just not all that attached to. But I did have a Bessie. You know,
Yeah, a
like
Bessie.
yeah, Bessie, the Bessie car. You know, okay, Bessie, we gonna get me to work today, Bessie. Come on now. You know, that's the
All
way
right.
we do.
All right. Let this is an interesting statement
Hmm.
from Gail. She says, I don't use AI except what is in Surfer CEO or SEO, excuse
SEO.
me, or Grammarly or Hemingway app.
Okay, all right.
Gail, why is that? I mean, I'm just curious. Or why is it just naturally that's what you've gravitated towards, or is there a reason that you're staying away from all the other forms of AI and Gen AI? I'm really interested in that. And anybody else who wants to tackle that. Let's see. Amber says she does not really name it. I thought of calling it Chatler. Oh
Hmm.
my God, Chatler. All right. Is that like Chat and Butler? I mean,
It's
please.
Chatler.
Please help me. That comes from somewhere. I want to know where that. What is the origins of that Chatler? At least I could understand Doctor Will Portina, or was it Profitina?
Profitina.
Profitina. Chatler. Let us know what Chatler is. All right, Gail is saying yes. We name our cars and trucks that we've had a decade that are touchy,
Yeah, touchy like
like they
like
break down on you and
it's
stuff.
10 years old and you're like, hey, we want to make sure it gets there.
All right, so she uses those particular AI services because
Oh,
I find fact checking and editing painful, and I'd much rather. All right, that's a perfectly good reason or use of it. You want to offload the stuff that you don't like doing or you're not good at doing. I get that. Chat and Amber. Oh wow,
right. The obvious
I
now.
like chamber. You should say chamber. I like chamber.
Chamber, chamber.
Chatber. Chatber sounds like rough, like chatber. I like chamber. Chamber sounds nice. You know,
Oh my God.
just saying. I
Who
like.
cares?
I
What
care about
you
these
think?
little things
What you think?
because
What
I'm
you think?
human. I care about the human aspects of all this stuff. Damn it! I'm not gonna apologize. Y'all can have your, treating things like human stuff, but I am staying
You're
true to
so
my humanity.
weird. You are
I am
so
staying
weird.
true to my humanity.
Okay, be that way. That's fine.
I will be that way.
That's cool. I mean, I'm not going to judge you.
Yeah, sure you are.
I do judge you
You are.
constantly.
Yeah, please.
All right, whatever. But yes, back to the discussion at hand. I do believe that having more AI in the classroom is going to reduce the cost of education, and it's going to enhance the output of education, both at the same time.
All right, it will reduce the cost of education because there
Mhm.
are less humans, potentially less humans involved, and that means you don't have salaries, you don't have
No,
benefits.
actually,
I'm just, I'm
that's
just
not it. It's not having less humans involved. It's going to have the humans that are involved to be able to manage even more students.
less paid humans on the payroll involved.
Not less.
Yes, it's going to be less.
I hope it's not less. I hope we get more people educated because we have the means to educate more people at scale.
You're
That's what
talking.
we're hoping to happen.
You're talking about you're talking about the student education part. I'm
Mhm.
talking about the cost of doing this
Staff.
part. And so what's going to happen is it may cost less for the colleges, the universities, but that doesn't mean they're going to pass the savings off
Oh,
of
they're
the.
going to pass the savings off.
That does not mean that.
That they are going to pass the savings off simply because they're going to have more competition. See, it was one thing to have higher education at, a certain level of education, right? I remember, and they used to kill me when Harvard started putting their education online, how many people didn't even pay any attention to it? And I'm like, it's right there. If education's important, go online, get the lectures, do the work, and learn. People didn't do that, or they don't do it at scale.
Why didn't they do it? You think?
But it wasn't as accessible as it appears. It's like those who are computer savvy, those who had the bandwidth could actually do it. Other people, I don't know if they even knew about it, but it's been out there for years now, you know. And I do believe having access and easier access to education will make the world better. We need more educated people.
All right, let me play devil's advocate here.
Okay, devil.
Let's see. Let's get Amber's. Let's see. I think, yeah. I think it's going to help more children increase test scores, broaden comprehension skills.
Yeah.
I think you're right,
Okay.
but I don't think that actually.
He doesn't think it'll translate into savings.
I don't know. It'll save somebody, but I don't think it'll translate into a higher percentage of people doing better financially, because as usual, what happens is, and we could just look at let's look at the YouTube. We like to go to the YouTube example. The lot of 5 or 10 years ago, people were doing their channels, creating their videos, uh, building their subscriber base, making some decent change, maybe to a certain extent. Then, as the tools for content creation got easier and more affordable and more accessible, that meant more people started doing all this stuff. I'll go back to my traditional reaction video. 2 or 3 years ago, that wasn't really a thing. Now, because all these things are available, it's easier to create content. You can use your phone. You could set up a broadcast studio for relatively cheap. Everybody's doing it. And what's happened is all the people that thought 2 years ago, I want to be like that person that seems to be, making a significant amount of money doing this. I can do this too now. So more people think they can do it. More people do it. End result is, well, now only a small fraction of the people that were doing it are making money, because all the people who piled in afterward, I'm seeing it all the time.
It reduces the cost.
It reduces the actual per person revenue.
Exactly.
People making it.
So why do you think that won't happen to colleges?
Oh, I'm thinking that if what's going to happen is a part, or the value of education is actually kind of going to decrease.
Exactly. And ultimately, they're going to have to reduce the cost of tuition. You just proved my point.
Certain educational outlets are never going to do that.
I don't care. They might
look at their endowment. Look at how much money they get for. They'll find a way to make sure that they always will be at the top of that chain.
They will.
Now, what might happen is some of these schools are going to go away.
Get educated.
Not if they're not paying any money to get educated,
bro. If it's going to be online on YouTube,
there are going to be some schools that have been around for hundreds of years that are not going to be around after a while.
Bye.
Because you say that now, but it's those schools that were the ones that were doing as much as they possibly could for a certain portion of the population.
Bye.
Once they go, that might be a bad thing for that portion of the population.
I don't think so, because
think about what you said earlier, though.
But I'm saying all of that content and all of that, ability.
Content is like is one of the most commoditized things there is out there right now. That's why.
Well, I mean, look, just because I use the word content can denote a lot of different things.
But what I'm saying is, the idea this people call themselves a content creator. What the hell does that really mean?
Well, I mean, we talked about what content really means last night. Content is everything from the damn label on your ketchup to what's in a book in the library. Content is everywhere. Everything's content,
which commoditizes it to mean it's really not worth a whole bunch.
It is worth a whole bunch, because that's why it's everywhere.
No,
if it weren't. Look, hey, here's the deal: if content didn't make people do things, then there wouldn't be any content.
It's what you do. It's what you do after the content is what really makes you money. Unless you're trying to be a TV show.
I mean,
nobody's going to pay you to be a TV show. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen.
All content is not about money, dude. If you see a merge sign on the freeway, that's content. That content allows you to take the proper action so you don't die.
People that come to your whatever that thing, the adventure thing last night, are not coming to you to talk about merge signs, creating content for merge signs. They're coming to you to try to create content to make some money.
But the point I'm making is that content is there to get people to take actions.
Yeah, but the way that people talk about the content and pros themselves as a content creator, I still don't know what the hell that means. But when most people say that,
yeah, it's very soft.
It's just like business coaches. For the most people who say that, I always laugh in their faces.
Why?
Because they're not business coaches.
And why not?
What they did is they found out.
Let's do it like this. I don't want to ask you whether or not they are business coaches. I want to ask you, is there any such thing as business coaching?
There are.
Okay, well, there we go.
The fraction of them that are worth a salt is like 0.00001% compared to all the ones that come out of the woodwork talking about, hey, I want to be your business coach. What business have you created that you can point at that will make you a legitimate business coach? And then I'll just
this
let
is
the silence go.
this
That's
is
what
a
happens.
rabbit hole that you decided to go
I love
down.
rabbit holes.
So I think there's room for in any what do you call it? In any discipline, there's always rooms for fakes.
Yeah, and in certain disciplines, the room for fakes is the biggest room in the house.
I wouldn't call
I would.
business coaching that.
I would.
You
There's
would?
no like there's because only a small percentage of the folks who put that mantle or that title on them are worth anything. Like I said, I had people coming at me years ago talking about I would love to be your business coach. And I'd be like,
Really? You don't even know what business I'm in.
unless your name is Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or somebody who has I can actually see what they created and what they did to do it. Don't even step to me as a business coach.
Okay. Well,
Now that's a little different than my stand with the content creator thing because anybody can create content. I still don't know exactly what that gets you by calling yourself a content creator.
we were just talking about actual content itself.
But
And I'm saying that there's a lot of content. Everything's content.
there's way too much content to begin with.
You know what else is content?
What?
Oh, you just took away my content. Damn.
Oh, you what? What this?
No, my sign.
Oh, good.
That is content.
And it's
If
worth
you-
about what?
But I'm saying that lets you know who the smart guy is versus the
Yeah, anyway. Gail Gardner. The internet needs a lot less content. I so much agree with you. That, I think Google
like since when? When? Let me ask you this, Gail. Since when?
that's an easy one.
Yeah, you tell me. You tell me, Brent. Since when?
Since it's become much more affordable and much easier
I'm just saying, if
to
I go back
create.
20 years ago, there was over 500,000 blogs on the internet. There was too much content.
And how
then.
much of them did you actually take note of? How
You
much of them
can.
did you didn't care
so,
about?
So here's the deal. What I'm saying is there's not like quote too much content. There's
Oh,
always been a lot of content.
never
Who
like this.
cares?
Never like this. Never like this. And it gets worse as every day passes.
No, how is it getting worse?
You know what the best content is nowadays? Filters. Filters are the best content
I would agree.
because that
I would
limits
agree.
the junk that gets to me through notifications or
And
emails
I
or
think
text.
the best content creators are actually filterers.
I like what Gail said. Since SEO started, you're right.
Exactly.
You know what? There's a lot of truth to that because why?
Yeah.
Because people started creating
Making
content
for
for
SEO.
computers,
Yep,
not for people.
I'd agree.
And that Gail hit it right on the head. The more algorithms and SEO stuff, it's foreign to us humans, but it's catnip to computers, and the computers and the algorithms are the ones that determine who gets to see our stuff.
But
So you're right.
they always get better and better at that. They always get better and
I don't
better
know.
at it.
There's too much content only published for a backlink. That's once again, it's because the computer gives kudos to that kind of stuff. We don't care. I mean, humans don't care about backlinks. We only care about it because computers made us care about them to get people's attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's a lot of the stuff that.
But who cares? How is that affecting your life?
Well, that particularly isn't.
Okay, that's why I'm like,
the content creator stuff affects me personally.
Okay. Because
I don't want to walk into somebody and the first thing they say, well, I'm a content creator. Like that means some stuff to me. That means absolutely nothing. There are a few things that you can say to me that you first say to me that you made me. That's going to turn me off more.
What if they say they're a blogger? Does that mean anything?
First of all, I would say you've missed the last 2 decades.
Okay. What if I say I'm a writer? Does that mean anything?
I actually like that.
Why? They're just making crap. You know how much shit is in the library?
Yeah, but
you know how much shit they publish every year that nobody ever reads?
Yeah,
Do
tons
we,
of
do
stuff.
we sit around and say there's too many books? Let's start burning books. That's what we should start
I
doing.
think that's been a thing
I'm just saying.
over
In
the last
Florida,
four or
right?
five
In
hundred years.
Florida.
Well,
But
before
do you
that.
see what I'm saying? I mean,
No, I don't see. No,
I mean, this
look.
concept
The reason I
is
said
such,
writer, the reason I said I'm okay
you
with
know what?
writers because
All
most
you're
of these
doing,
people don't
Brent,
call themselves writers.
all
They
you're
call
doing,
themselves content creators.
okay,
Like that means some shit.
get
Okay.
off my lawn, bro.
Hey, you cut it.
Get off my
You
lawn.
keep it manicured.
That's
I'll stay
all
off
you
of it.
do is you're shaking a stick. Get off my lawn. There's too much. I mean, come on.
No,
I
look,
mean, you ain't got a point.
people who write books are different than
They're content creators.
they are a form of content creator. They're not
Okay.
the whole.
All right.
The ones that come to
So
me.
you're saying because these content creators don't actually say what kind of content they create makes it not relevant.
Anybody that calls himself this nebulous term
Okay, so you don't like the
doing
nebulousness
is
of
not
the
doing
term.
themselves a favor.
You don't
That's
like the
like saying
nebulousness
I'm a
of the term.
phone. I'm a phone expert.
But you do understand that, language changes over time.
So what? Anybody who knows how to do a click and a swipe could call themselves a content creator. That's not the same as somebody who writes a real book.
Bro, you can call yourself whatever the hell you want to call yourself.
Well, that's what
who tells me what I can call I can call myself whatever I want to call myself.
Well, I call you a lot of stuff, but
I know.
I don't do it on the show.
Well, just don't call me.
How come you don't call me no more?
I'm just saying, man. I mean,
look,
it's like
part of this is media driven as well.
It is media driven.
Media holds on to stuff because once again, it's all about attention. If the media sees something's getting attention, then they feed that beast.
You know what? It's also this desire and this need to name things.
Yeah, to give cute little buzzwords.
Yeah, because I mean, all of a sudden we have content creator. Well, somebody at some point was trying to figure out what to call themselves. They started that, and now all these other people are calling themselves content creators. So
why do you get me so wound up on a Friday afternoon?
Ain't nobody getting you wound up. You walk in the room wound
I should
up.
be feeling good. I should be like mellow.
I don't think there's a mellow Brent.
There is a mellow Brent.
There is, but not when the camera's on.
No, that's not the case.
Nah, when the camera turns on.
It's only these Fridays. And when I see, people, talking about nonsense, it really irritates me. All right. So Amber, this is the age of marketing various aspects of your life. See, that's the other thing. I don't need to see every damn aspect of everybody's damn life. That is so true, Amber.
She didn't say life, but okay, you put that in there. See, just showing forth what
I just put an addendum on it.
Yeah,
I know what you meant. Content is communication. You're right. And some people are over communicating. I'll give you a perfect example. Stephen A. Smith.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know who he is, right?
Yes. The sportscaster.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's not enough that he has what he says is the number one sports talk show on ESPN.
Uh-huh.
He has to have
comedian
his own podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think he might even still have an own radio show.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then you like Shannon Sharp.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kind of like them in little pockets. I don't want to see or hear, them after that little pocket.
Let baby out the cage, Brent. Let baby out the cage.
Keep that baby in the damn cage. That's what I'm saying. I just can't deal with it. All right, Gail has some trivia for us. Did you know that if you have the video muted, maybe you're listening elsewhere or reading the captions, you can't comment on LinkedIn? I did not know that. Turn the audio on. What? I didn't know that.
That's weird.
But it makes sense.
It does make sense. You shouldn't be able to comment if you're not listening.
Because you know who would do that? Bots. Because bots ain't listening. Well, they could be. Could be. But I like that. Thank you, Gail, because I had no idea that was the case. So if you put this on mute, you can't comment. I like that. That sounds like a human decision was made for that.
Yeah, but what if I wanted to tell you, hey, I'm on mute right now because I'm on a call and you can't do that?
You text them.
Yeah. Hmm.
I think it's therapeutic for Steven. Who the hell Steven? Oh, Steven. Okay.
Stephen A.
His numbers help
Help
him
him
to
negotiate
negotiate
thousands of
levels.
dollars. Yeah, that's true. The bigger his audience, the more he makes.
May be therapeutic for him, but it's not for me. I don't want
Well,
to see. I don't want to. It's not a Stephen. I don't want to see anybody that much. Matter of fact, I can barely stand on here for an hour. Look at you,
who, bro? Whatever.
oh, so Gail says she was listening on Facebook,
Oh,
sometimes YouTube. Oh, she's checking us out on like multiple channels. That's
oh wow.
nice. Trying to find out where the other comment. Oh, yeah,
Oh, most of the other commenters are in my group on
on
Facebook.
Facebook. Yeah,
Yeah,
he has minions.
I
Gail, he has
don't
a
have.
bunch of minions, bunch of people that call
I
him
have
Coach
friends.
John. Coach
I have.
John is the best.
They all met me as a coach inside of
He's the bestest.
ESP. I'm a business coach, bitch.
He's oh, damn. I
To the toast.
uh,
It's Friday.
Coach John is the best,
He
man.
is. He's the best. He's the
I
best.
don't know why I do that in
Pretty
that
awesome.
horse in that
I
horse.
know. What kind of voice is that? Whoever came up to you in that voice and said,
Coach John, man.
"Yo, Coach John."
He's the catch me out.
The cat's meow.
I know I pulled that from like 1960. I don't
All
know.
right. I thought we weren't going to talk about politics.
Hey, come on now. We ain't
Man, you gave me a Rodney Dangerfield hey right there.
but you don't get no respect over here.
No, that was my boy, man.
That's right. All right, this has been a fun one.
No, it was
Not really, no.
atrocious. I had to defend myself the entire time. It's
This
so
is,
sad.
which is you should be used to that. Gail is saying no. Oh, no wonder I can find him. I checked Brent's page, SBT's page, Brent's page, your YouTube page, channels. Yeah, your Facebook because you got lots of friends on Facebook. So
Nada.
yeah, you do. Thank you,
Nada.
Amber. We like this happy, smiley.
I
Stuff.
know. Every time Amber comes on, it really, really changes the room.
But is it Amber or is it Chamber? I like Chamber. Are you cool, Amber? If we change that Chamber instead of
She didn't actually name it.
Chamber. I like Chamber.
So
Just
there
not
might be some, vibe there.
there should be some customization there.
I'm noticing my beard's growing back in. It's definitely whiter than it used to be.
We'll get used to that.
Nah, I'm just gonna have to start dyeing it. I hate that.
Don't do that. You
I
know how
can't,
that
because
looks.
once you get started, it's horrible.
Look like you're putting shoe polish on your face.
It's straight up shoe polish.
Yeah, that's not the way to go out, man.
Yeah.
Not the way. Anyway, we need to go out because it's a little after the top of the hour. So, are you around next week?
I'm around. I'm around forever now.
Oh God.
Yes.
No,
I'm always around.
Yeah. All right,
Even
folks.
when I'm in the road and on the road and on the
He's always around.
Absolutely.
Well, on that cheery note, we wish you a very happy weekend. We hope to see you next week.
Yes.
That's why we do this at the end.
Deuces.
Do it.
Oh, peace.
Come on, man. Don't leave me hanging.
Sorry. I was